So what do you study and what year are you in?
I study media production.
Media production.
Media production, and I'm in second year.
My first year was heavily affected by the pandemic.
My first year did get affected by the pandemic, yes.
Yeah, very much so. All of it.
My favourite thing about the course is definitely the practical work. I feel like once we actually start doing things and working as a class, we accomplish a lot.
Do you interact with your course mates?
Yeah, I don't really give myself another choice. I'm quite chatty, but especially now that we actually can, I've been kind of putting myself out there more to make sure that I am interactive with my course mates and get to know them better.
And did the pandemic influence the way that you do communicate with your course mates?
Yes, it did. First year was definitely a struggle for me, having to, sit in my room, not having any contact with any course mates, especially, on a Teams call with everyone's mics and cameras off. You don't get much interaction.
I wasn't able to meet up or go to any mixers or anything for the course. None of us really knew each other, which was weird since we had to do group work together.
Could you tell me how your first year of uni was affected?
Just everything. I mean, I signed up to the university to do practical things, and I think the only time I got to even put my hands on some kind of camera was I think after Easter, I believe. And I literally came to this university because of all the technology they were promoting and all, the studios and whatnot. And I've only managed to get to see that in second year.
Overall, I wouldn't say I hated online learning because of its ease of access, being able to sort of just wake up and just have it instantly by the side of you without having to travel long distances when you're tired or whatever. It was pretty good. But there is the lack of human interaction, which I definitely think is a big part when learning, especially, and trying to do something you're enjoying. It's definitely tricky doing it, not face to face. So, yeah.
In-person learning is really useful. Having a lecturer who's there and you can talk to them like a person instead of awkwardly through Teams is really helpful. Also, just getting to know people who are in your class, because I didn't know anyone in my class. They were just people who were on Teams.
How has the uni during the pandemic influenced your mental health?
Oh, a lot. I'm quite a jolly person, but I think being cooped up in my house or my uni home, it was obviously, luckily I had really nice flatmates, but I think I set myself so much expectations before coming to university. Obviously I've got friends who went to university before the pandemic, and I think they set their expectations so high that when I came during a pandemic and I missed, all the key aspects, I think my mental health just went completely downhill because it just wasn't what I expected. And
maybe it's a fleeting idea, I probably would never have gone through with it, but definitely at the start, first couple of months of first year, I was like, okay, am I really enjoying this enough to be, paying all this money and being in this situation? But then I go on to more group projects and meeting more people and actually having a good time, and that kind of just faded away.
And what are you expecting from third year?
I'm quite optimistic for third year. I feel like the uni's finally taking on board what worked and what didn't from pandemic learning. I feel like once they start listening, which they already have, I feel like we're really going to get a satisfying conclusion to this anyway, even if the start wasn't very good.